GraphQL API using NestJS, TypeScript, and Docker. Yeah, because I want to start focusing my content more on doing stuff I like and doing more development stuff. So I thought it would be a good idea to start with this. So it's going to be interesting. The goal is to create a NestJS API using GraphQL. And for those who don't know what NestJS is, we're going to open up the web page, which you can, pretty much see anywhere. I can just get it over here. Here we go. Hey, Studios Orb, thank you for the follow, buddy. Long time no see. But yeah, NestJS is and this is from the website, a progressive Node.js framework for building efficient, reliable, and scalable server-side applications. I recently took a course on NestJS and I really liked it, so I decided that I wanted to further my knowledge in this framework, so I want to see how we can integrate GraphQL with this framework, right? Which apparently is super easy. There's like a recipe for it. So that's pretty cool, and I want to see how that's done. And the good thing about NestJS is basically that you have, the benefit of TypeScript and an opinionated way of structuring your applications, right? Because the main problem with Node.js apps is just that most Node.js apps, nobody really knows how to set up folders, how to hey Ghost Eagle, hey Orb, how you guys doing? But most people don't know in a project, most developers can't agree on what structure to do their Node apps in, right? So it always becomes a debate on, are we gonna put our folder, are we gonna make a folder for routes? Are we going to make a folder for controllers? Are we going to make a folder for models? Or are we just going to stick it all in the app directory? Sometimes it gets pretty insane, right? But in the case of Nest has a certain way of doing things, which is they use kind of like Angular on the front end. They use modules, they use services, and they use repositories, and they use what else? I know I'm forgetting something. Yeah, controllers, providers, modules, and middlewares, and pipes, guards, interceptors, all that cool stuff. So they have a very opinionated way of structuring your Node apps. But I just like it because you can use TypeScript along with, all the goodies that the framework itself gives you. So it's pretty cool. So today my plan is to start scaling up a very basic API, and the end goal is to create an API where we can create to-dos, right? We're going to make a very basic to-do app, but we're going to do it using GraphQL to make it happen, and NestJS. So without further ado, the first thing we need to do, I should have probably... I see you switch back. Yeah, I did switch back. We are in Twitch side again. I switched it a long time ago. Like a couple weeks back. It's just that Mixer's not really in a spot where any kind of content besides playing Battle Royales is going to do well. So the first thing you want to do is just create your NestJS project, and the way you do that is, I think, is nest create. Well, I'm actually right here. Yeah, and that's the UN project name. So we're just gonna call this task manager GraphQL, right? And then it's just creating your application. And then you tell it which package manager you're gonna use. I like using Yarn, but just to switch it up and be dangerous and creative, I'm gonna use NPM this time. So we're just going to choose NPM, and now it's just installing all your dependencies. And to install Nest, you just go to docs.nestjs.com, and it's going to tell you do your basic NPM install CLI and start creating. So it's nothing too fancy. By the way, how are you doing, Ghost and Orb? How you guys doing? Sorry, I'm just kind of like in developer mode. This is gonna be a very sciencey stream, guys. Just so you know. All right, so if we now switch to Task Manager GraphQL, and we do code dot, it's gonna open up my editor. This is gonna be very, very cool. We're now in my editor with this VS Code, and it created our project, which is pretty cool. We had this NestJS JSON thing. I had no idea what this does. tsconfig is just for the TypeScript compiler, so it knows like what to do with TypeScript. And then we have our source directory, which just has like a, your basic module, your app module, which is where your application starts, basically. Main.ts, which bootstraps your server. It's all basic stuff. The purpose of this isn't really to teach you NestJS. It's more of a H-Stans, thank you for the follow. It's more so you can see like my thought process on how we're going to be building out this thing, because I am a horrible teacher. I think so. I feel like it's better if you just learn by doing. So I feel like we should just do instead of talking too much about it. So what I'm going to start is, we're not actually going to do anything in the application yet. We're actually going to do the famous Dockerizing of the application, right? Thank you for those, Cozy. I appreciate it, man. So we're going to create a Docker file. And then for the application, we need Node. So we're going to pull Node Alpine. And I actually want like a latest stable release of Node. So I'm just going to go to hub.docker.com. I want to see what's the latest stable Alpine. So we're going to go to Node. All right, Node. Latest stables are always even numbered. So if you see an uneven version of Node, this is not a latest stable release. It is more cutting edge. So you don't usually want these because they have like vulnerabilities and whatnot, and those aren't great. So you always want to go for the even numbered ones, which are the latest stable releases. Right now we're at 12.15.0. Stretch is like an old version of Node images. And if you don't know about Docker, don't worry about it too much. It's just it's a way of running your applications in a way that your environment won't affect your applications being, actually good and working in an environment. It's just a fancy new technology, but I feel like every developer should be investing in learning Docker at some point in their lives. So what we're going to do is, this is the latest one, 12.15.0, Alpine 3.11, and Node Alpine is just a really, we need to delete this. Node Alpine is just a really small node image, so that you only get the bare minimum you need to run Node in a Docker container. So you don't get like a lot of stuff out of the box. Like you don't get, I don't think you get curl, stuff like that. Like all the usual things you get in Docker related only to web development. No, Docker is not only related to web development. You can run any kind of application in web development. So you can run an application that works on an Internet of Things device. So it's not only for web development. It's pretty much for anything. Like it's just a way of putting your application inside a container. So a container is just basically like its own little environment, and your application will just work out of the box, no matter what, because the way before, I don't know if you ever had this trouble with Node.js where you did npm install, and then it didn't work for you out of the box. Like the npm install just failed, errored out, and then somebody with a Mac OS machine said, well, I did the npm install and it worked, right? But that's because Mac OS and Windows are different operating systems, and so when somebody said, well, it works on my machine, then a fight broke out. But Docker fixes that, because Docker runs inside like a mini virtual machine. Sorry, I need to drink water. And that way, it doesn't really matter what environment you're in, either Windows or Mac OS or Linux. It'll just work because at the end of the day, you're using a Linux image. Because Node Alpine, which is what I'm using here, is actually a Linux-based. The heck is that? It's actually a Linux-based image, and I keep forgetting the tag for this thing, so I'm just gonna copy paste it because I'm lazy. Where is it? Aha. Can I just copy paste this, please? From Alpine. Oh god, I'm opening the Docker file. No. Alright, what is it? 12.15.0 slash Alpine. Hopefully that answers your question. Stay hydrated. Is it like virtual env with Django? Oh no, virtual env is sort of like a package manager. I guess it's like a virtual env if I think about it, because virtual env is not a package manager. I did a stupid there. I guess you could say it's like a virtual environment, but it's basically an entire operating system. Whereas I think virtual env just kind of puts your entire package registry inside like a little isolated space. I don't really know how virtual env works because I don't really do too much Python development. I did Python development when I was working at the last company I was at, which is Geometry, but I am not very... Oh, here we go. Finally did autocomplete. If you use VS Code, definitely get the Docker extension. Just look for Docker and add that to your VS Code. It's going to save your life a lot. So I'm just pulling from Node Alpine, and then let's see, what else do we need to do? Oh, we need to create a worker to put all of our code inside the container. You can the convention some people use is user, and then source, and then app or something, but I just do app because it doesn't really matter. You just need a directory to put your application in. And then what you want to do is copy your package.json file over to your container and your package.lock, and then this asterisk will make sure that if it doesn't exist, it will just not fail. It'll try to copy it over to your container, but it won't fail if it doesn't exist. So if you don't have a package.lock, because you probably don't, because most people use Yarn nowadays. I'm just using npm for the sake of it. That way you just don't fail if there's no package lock JSON. Of course, if you are using Yarn and you don't have a package lock, you could just do yarn.lock, but we're using npm, we're not using Yarn in this case. So we copy that, and then we want to do an npm install. And it's good practice to run npm cache clean and then force, because that way you ensure that you're always installing fresh packages in your container, because sometimes they linger around and cause problems. So that's a thing. Alright, so now we installed our packages, right? So now what we do is we copy over our all of our source code. So we copy all of this right here. Oh, we also need a Docker ignore that I think about it, because we want to make sure that Docker does not copy over no modules. Docker ignore is just like a git ignore, but for Docker. So you just put in whatever you don't want Docker to copy over to your container. And I definitely do not want no modules in there, because no modules is freaking huge. Other than that, some people like ignoring the README. I don't really mind, because it's just a README. Like, there's nothing wrong with people seeing a README. So we copy that over, and now we do cmd. I'm not missing anything, right? And then we're actually gonna do, we're actually gonna set up VS Code debugging from the jump. So we're actually gonna run nest, because it's gonna install nest as a dependency from our package.json, because we have like all the nest stuff in there. So the nest command will be in there, and then we're gonna do start debug, because we want to be able to debug this with Visual Studio Code, and don't change that. So we're gonna do nest and then start debug to start in debug mode. It's gonna watch, and it's also gonna be debugging. Because if we start running into errors, I want to be able to easily just set up a breakpoint and move on. Where is it? All right, and then I think it's // inspect, and then it's 000 something 9229. Pretty sure it's the port that it's exposed in. I actually have a repo with VS Code debugging for Nest app, so I'm just gonna take a look at it really quick. If anybody has any questions about anything so far, just let me know. I'll be happy to take a shot at answering it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Bam, 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 bam. Trying to find the. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. I just want to Dockerize this from the jump just because I don't want to have to. Alright, it's debug. Alright, so it's not inspect, it's actually just debug. We keep the debug, but we also add the port where we're going to debug it. So we need to make sure to expose this with Docker. And again, this is not going to, like, I'm not going to cover what the heck I'm doing with Docker. Docker is a whole other beast, and we would be here all day just talking about Docker. So I just want to like blaze through it. All right, so now I'm just gonna create a launch JSON file, and those who use Visual Studio Code will know. Debug in container. Oh, that's interesting. That's too bare. I don't like it. All right, let me just kind of dump this out. Move to recycle bin. Get out of here. Yeah, because I don't like that. Alright, create launch JSON, can do Node.js. Alright, so the launch JSON just needs to include a couple things. Here we go. I'm just going to copy it over just because I don't want to have to spend all that time. Alright, so basically you just say this is a type of node. So node for Node.js, and then attach, because you're attaching to a running process. I'm just giving it a name, so in the dropdown I know what the heck I'm talking about. And then it's just the remote root, which is the directory where your app lives. It's just /app, and then local root is the workspace folder, which is, you know, right here. Then protocols inspector, and then port 9229, because that's what's in the package.json right here. Restart to address 0.0.0.0.0, skip files, node internals, because we don't want to inspect any of that. And this is going to be very cool once we actually get it off the ground. Right, so now we have this set up. We have our Docker file set up, right? So we now need to do docker compose.yml. And now we're gonna do version 2, because apparently version 2 is actually the best one if you're not using orchestration. Oh, there's like a mini cube. Cool, mini cube update. All right, where's the Docker compose? All right, so version 2. Actually, should put this in. There we go. And now we need our services, which are going to be all the services we're going to be serving with this app, or starting up. I'm just going to call this one Nest API, which is going to do the Node app we're building, our NestJS app. So build, and then context. So the context is actually going to be this folder right here. And then Docker file. Yep. And then Docker file is just Docker file. Cool. Oh, no. Dude, what are you doing? There we go. And then, oh my god. And then, all right, now we need to add some volumes. I'm just going to blaze through this one because I don't want to get too deep into what Docker is. I'm just setting up Docker because I prefer Docker for my development experience. And then it's just /app/node modules. So we can copy that over to the container. And now we need to expose ports. We're going to expose our publish ports, however you want to say it. 3000 to 3000. And then 9229. 9229. So we can actually have our debugger. This is going to depend on, and I know I'm going to create a Postgres database, so I'm just going to say Postgres service. Oh god. Alright, and now Postgres service, we're going to do, bam, that, and then image, just Postgres. And this is going to be our database. Sorry, I'm just copy pasting from a Docker Compose file I have, but I want to type it out just to reinforce it in my brain. Environment, right, and then Postgres user is just going to be Postgres, because I'm not deploying this anywhere. This is going to live in my computer. It isn't going to like a production environment or anything, so we're fine with that. And then we're going to do Postgres password. Actually, for this one, I'm not going to use an M variable for anything, so I'm just going to say it's just Postgres. Everything's just going to be Postgres. And then we're going to do volumes. Oh, wait. PG data needs to be. This is just to give it a custom place to store our Postgres data instead of the default Postgres data saving directory or whatnot. So we're gonna do slash and then Postgres, and then it's gonna be named. Oh my god, my neighbor talks so loud. A named volume, and then we're gonna do expose port, and the default port for Postgres is 5432, so we're gonna publish that on both my machine and the Docker container. And then we do pgadmin, and we're gonna do image dpage pgadmin4, which is really fancy. I really like pgadmin. All right, and then environment. Let's see, pgadmin default email, and then pgadmin. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat right now. Let me see if anybody's actually saying anything. Nope. Okay, cool. Default email, we're just gonna use my email. If you want to like blast my email, that's fine. I'll just block you. Default password. Alright, and we're just gonna say banana, because I don't really care. This isn't gonna go anywhere in the cloud. And then volumes. And then we're gonna do pgadmin /root /.pgadmin. Okay, cool. So that's just making sure that our pgadmin data persist 50/50, and then we're gonna expose it on 50/50. Oh wait, no, port 80. That's where the pgadmin runs. And then we need to make sure we add our volumes, which are Postgres and Postgres and pgadmin. Bam, there are volumes. All right. Now the cool thing about this is that if I do inside this folder right here, if I do docker compose up, this entire application is gonna run. Oh, did I not start Docker? What? All right, let me just start Docker. Oh God. Here we go. Docker. Could have sworn I started Docker. All right, now it's starting. I did not start Docker. I'm a bad boy. So let's just wait for Docker to like spool up. Hold on. Just want to make sure I didn't get a freaking message. Alright, we're cool. Because Docker's still like spooling up anyway, so we need to wait for Docker to be alive. Be alive. Live, Docker. Live. Alright. We got this, dudes. We got this. Docker up. Or is it crashing or something? Alright, Docker desktop is running. Here we go. We're in action. Alright, so now if we do Docker compose up, right? Nest graph. Actually, I'm just gonna call it API. Let's just call it API. Do I need anything for this API service? I'm pretty sure I don't. No, we're cool. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is fine right here. Up. Alright, and now we're pulling the node image I set up in there. This is gonna be cool, guys. Watch this. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the really slow part. It's just getting this whole npm install going. Thank you, Ness. Cannot find module /app/nest. What the heck? That's interesting. Okay. It should have got found nest. What's going on here? Because it should be looking at no modules. Did it switch anything in the? Let me see. Main.ts. App.module. Nope. Everything looks right. That's interesting. All right. App nest. I'm pretty sure I did everything right. Yeah, but apparently couldn't find nest. That's a problem. Now I'm kind of curious. Let's see. Docker compose up. Oh, I need to do. Oh, I don't need to do build. Yeah. Why can't I find nest? What do you mean? Alright, let me see if I'm doing something wrong in my Docker file. I don't think so. Pretty sure I got everything right. This is the worst. Yeah. Yeah, we did everything right. Oh, I'm trying to run nest. I should do npm start debug. I'm a dum-dum. That's better. Alright, compose up build. Here we go. That's much better. Hopefully. Oh my god. Come on, dude. Oh, right. I think this is Yarn. And in Yarn, you don't actually have to do this part right here, which is just run. Alright, clear that. npm. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is the one. This will do it. Come on. Yes. Yes. It's finally running, thank God. Alright, so now our entire service is actually Dockerized. And the cool thing is, you can actually go. I have everything running in a Docker container, which is, I mean, this is all about Nest, but I'm actually doing like, wait, 50-50. Pretty sure. Here we go. And then pgadmin. And this is all running inside a container, so I actually didn't have to go and install like Postgres or pgadmin or anything of the sort. My entire system is literally running right now. inside a container. All right, Postgres Docker, and then we're just gonna do Postgres, and then 5432, yeah, and we're just gonna do Postgres and Postgres, and we're just gonna save that. Oh, sorry, it's not Postgres, it's Postgres servers, because for Docker we need to use the name of the service to actually connect to it, because all of the all containers inside Docker can talk to each other, because basically all of these services are running inside one container in the Docker compose file, so I can literally, they all run and they can all talk to each other. But for the host name, so instead of typing like localhost in your browser, you literally just write the name of the service and bam, you got it. All right, so now what I want to do is actually look at how you actually set up GraphQL for Docker, for NestJS. So we're gonna go to documentation and quick start. Let's see. GraphQL is a query language for APIs and a runtime for fulfilling those queries with your existing data. It's an elegant approach that solves many problems typically found with REST APIs. For background, we suggest reading this comparison between GraphQL and REST. In this chapter, we assume a basic understanding of GraphQL, and focus on how to work with the built-in NestJS GraphQL module. The GraphQL module is a wrapper around the Apollo server. We use this proven GraphQL package to provide a way to use GraphQL with Nest. Cool. All right, so we just need to run this command, and I'm just gonna copy pasta. And the cool thing is, since I had this set up, it's actually gonna copy over code to my container, and it's just gonna restart on its own. So do that. Bam. Oh, actually, for this one, I'm gonna have to rebuild my containers just because no modules need to actually install inside the container. But other than that, we should be okay. Ooh, type GraphQL, cool. All right, so we need that. All right, let's go to Docker Compose, and we're gonna stop our API. I'm actually gonna start this in the background just so we can forget about them. Docker Compose up -build -d. Just so we can actually get rid of this when it actually finishes. Alright, so it's actually installing everything again because we added new dependencies. I should probably just add TypeORM at this point because I plan on using TypeORM for, it's my ORM framework, object relational mapper, just because it's what I know. So I'm actually gonna stop. Yeah. Hello. Oh right, it's not responding to the SIGINT. Crap. Yeah, boarding. Yeah, clear that. Excuse me. Where is it? I need recipes. Here we go. TypeORM. Yeah. All right, TypeORM, and then PG. I think is the driver for Postgres. Pretty sure. All right. So npm I -save, and then it's TypeORM PG. Yeah, I'm just adding all of these freaking dependencies that I need, and I know I need one more dependency, which is the type validator, if I'm not mistaken. I mean class validator. So I'm gonna need it for some fancy stuff I'm gonna be doing later. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Where is it? Yeah. Alright, and then npm I-save, class validator, and class transformer. This is going to be for TypeORM later on. There we go. Alright, now we can actually spool up our container. So we're going to do just that. And I want to build it. I want to run it in the background because I want to forget about it. Alright, we're waiting for the npm install. Alright, and now we can actually go back to this right here. Alright, here we go. Alright, so it says, alright, so what we need to do, let's see. Nest offers two ways of building a GraphQL application, the schema first and the code first methods. In the schema first approach, the source of truth is a GraphQL SDL, schema definition language file. SDL is a language agnostic way to share schema files between different platforms. Nest automatically generates your types of definitions based on the GraphQL schemas, using either classes or interfaces to reduce redundancy. In the code first approach, you use decorators and TypeScript classes to generate the corresponding GraphQL schema. We're going to be doing the second one. We're going to do code first, just because I want to see how we do with TypeScript. I already know schema definition language. I'm not a huge fan of it. What did I miss? We're still setting up a bunch of stuff. We're now reading through how to set up NestJS with GraphQL, so this is going to be interesting. And we're going to be doing the code first approach to see how that's done, because we're going to be using TypeScript to do it. This approach is useful if you prefer to work exclusively with TypeScript, and avoid context switching between language syntaxes. Once the packages are installed, we can import the GraphQL module and configure it with the for-root static method. So we import the module. All right, we're going to import GraphQL module, and then we're going to do a GraphQL module dot for-root. All right. The for-root method takes an options object as an argument. These options are passed through to the underlying call instance. Read more about available finding settings here. Oh, I'm seeing a problem already. Oh no, because the GraphQL endpoint is going to be there, so we already exposed the 3000 port. We're fine. Alright, I don't want to turn off the debug mode and the playground, because playground and debug mode are pretty cool. So we're just going to roll with it. Alright, so my API should be running, and we can check that by doing the code logs. Alright, cool. PGM instance to be running, Postgres service. Okay, database is doing okay. Oh, I want to do a health check now that I think about it. We can worry about that later. Alright, PGM, and API. Alright, cool. Alright, we got everything. So we're going to start with the module. We're going to go to the module. We're going to do what it says. I'm sorry, not controller, module. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to do import. I like to do my npm imports up top. Some people go crazy and actually do it from at NestJS. I think it's GraphQL. Yep. Okay, cool. And do it like below everything else. There we go. And then we're gonna do. Pretty sure it's in providers or import. Sorry. And then we're gonna import the GraphQL module dot for root, and that's it, right? Pretty sure. Let's look at the docs. Yeah. Oh, we need to pass it like an empty object, I guess. Or, does it even matter? I wonder. And let's see. Now, if we go to localhost 3000/GraphQL, the playground should be there. Oh, and it can now get that GraphQL. Okay, what did I do wrong? Let's see. We're going back to the documentation module. Yeah, imports GraphQL module for root. That's fine. But why is the GraphQL? I mean, it should be working, right? You can't get it, but it should be there. Huh. Aw, that's sad. Alright, let me do compose down. Gonna stop my container and restart it, see if that has to do anything with it. Alright, let's just do Docker compose build and then Docker compose up. let's see, Docker compose up. All right, it tagged it, it ran it. All right, Docker compose up. Let's see. I don't want a bunch of logs in here. I really care. Let's see. Oh, come on, please. Please love me. Come on, API. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. You the man. And we can close all this. We can close BGM. And for now, come on. Oh my god. Really? What's going on? Let's see. I'm regretting setting up Docker so quick. Modules or type depths? Well, he doesn't have type depths in the docs. They should cover that if that's going to be a problem. This thing there requires something, but this is literally just for root. Or type depths, like we literally have nothing. This is interesting because the documentation just says it should be up here, but we clearly don't have any anything. Alright, another useful feature of NestJS GraphQL module is the ability to serve multiple endpoints at once. This lets you decide which modules should be included in which endpoint. By default, GraphQL searches for resolver throughout the whole app. The limited scan to only a subset of modules use the include property. Yeah, I want to use the SDL first. Alright, code first. Oh my god, really? We need to install another package? Good lord. Alright, so let's just do Docker compose down. Alright, clear. Alright, and then npm I type GraphQL. And I forgot to do -s save. Let's see if it actually updates. Because this should be like Yarn. Yarn doesn't require you to actually do -s save. Alright, let's just do it again. Oh, wait, no, it's there. Right, type GraphQL. Yep. Cool. We don't have to actually do -s save again. Alright, Docker compose build. Let's see. Yep. Alright, auto schema file, schema.gql. Alright. The auto schema file property value is a path where your automatically generated schema will be created. Additionally, you can pass the build schema options property and options object should be passed into the build schema function from the type GraphQL package. Alternatively, the schema can be generated on the fly in memory. Yeah, I'm just going to do schema.gql because I don't want to have it happen on the fly. Yep. I guess we're now gonna have to look into type GraphQL, right? Let's see. This is a very bare bones recipe. Let's see. Alright, Docker compose up. Compose build, or did build now up. Here we go, and then Docker compose logs. All right, there we go. An API, yeah. File server requires like a schema. I don't have a schema yet. All right, I don't want the controller. We can close the Docker compose, Docker ignore, close the launch. Here we go. All right, app module. All right. Right, and then what was the option we needed to pass it? It's called auto schema file, schema.gql. Alright, auto schema file, thank God. Schema.gql. GraphQL. Alright, cool. And then, let's see. I'm probably not going to work. Yeah, it's still not working. All right, so now let's look into type GraphQL. Here we go. This is what they're using. All right, getting started. Let's see. All right. All right. Ooh, okay. All right. All right, so we're going to create a controller. All right, let's start with creating a controller. Nest G module tasks. I'm going to create a task module. And then Nest G controller. So we're going to need a controller to route bind. So we're going to do task. No spec, I think, is for the no test thing. Actually, let's just let it do test, because we're going to do test if we can. Alright, here we go. Alright, cool. Alright, task, and we had the task module and the controller. Alright. And then we're going to create a folder, and we're just going to call this models, right? And then we're going to create a task model. No. Oh, God. Why did you do that? Get out of here. Alright, so we're going to do task.ts. Alright, and then we're going to do class task. And then we're going to say a task is going to have like a title. Right, and that's a string. And then we're going to do a description, which is a string. Okay, cool. Awesome, let's get this started. This is a description. Oh, and we're gonna have like a completed, and that's gonna be a Boolean. This is cool. All right, we're making progress, and we're gonna export this class. All right, so how do we do the whole GraphQL thing? Let's see. Okay. All right, object type. All right, let's see. Oh, an ID, right? Because we need a unique identifier. That's true. All right, it's gonna be a number. All right, so object type, and do we have? Nope, we don't have object type at all. So we're just gonna do import. I'm gonna guess it's object type from GraphQL, right? No, type GraphQL, I'm guessing. Is it object type? Object type, here we go. All right, and now we're gonna decorate it with the object type, because this is an object type, and then ID. All right, we're gonna do what it's saying right here. Which is just field type ID and a string. Really? String? Not comfortable with it being a string. But okay. Alright. Field. Alright, field type and ID. So that's a type. Quick fix. Alright, so we need to import that type ID. So that's going to be a type ID, right? Okay, that's interesting. And then this is a field. And this is a field. And this is a field. All of these are filled. Okay, this is cool. Alright, so we have field, nullable, true. No, I don't want description to be nullable. I want them to give me a title and a description. I don't want a creation date. I don't want an ingredient string array. Alright. Interesting. Okay, this is a resolver. Let's see how we're gonna do this. I actually want to set up typorem. Let me do GitHub. All right. I'm just referring back to. All right, yeah, I don't care about config. Source. All right, source, and then new folder, config, and then. Oh, do I have NestJS typorem? I bet I don't. All right, Docker compose down, Docker, all right, and then npm I NestJS typorem because we need that module. Da 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 da. All right. All right. So typorem is in there. I'm actually not gonna do. Actually, I do want to, just because I want to do. All right, Docker compose build. Is there like a tutorial? Building a NestJS with GraphQL. Is there like something around out there about that? Let's see. This is from Gabriel Tanner's blog. Okay, let's see. Items on. Okay, adding GraphQL, how to schema. Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the Mongoose module. I'm gonna do typorem. Okay, let's leave that open. Cool. Oh, is this like what am I doing? Oh, the compose build is doing build. Cool. Hopefully that's the last of it. Okay, cool. All right, so config, we're gonna create a typorem .config.ts, and we're gonna import the typorem module options from, and I'm guessing it's NestJS typorem. Yep. Cool. And then yeah, that's it. We're fine. And then export cons typorem config, and this is gonna be a typorem config module options. It's gonna be type, and the types it can be just different databases. We're gonna use Postgres for this one. The host, it's gonna be Postgres service since we're in a Docker container. And then the port is going to be 5432, which is the default port. And then the username is going to be Postgres. And then the password is going to be Postgres again. Again, this is not going to live anywhere. Database. It's going to be task management. Now that I think about it, I need to create that, but that's fine. And then we're gonna do entities. Oops, sorry. Why did I like double quote this? I shouldn't have done that. All right, we're gonna do entities, and then their name, and then plus, and then it's just saying grab all the entities you can find, dot entity dot, and then JS dot JS and TS entities, and then bam, yeah, we got that. I'm just getting this all from repro. I'm cheating right now. That's fine. Here we go. All right, type ORM config. Why is it? Well, this is fine. Type Postgres hello string port. I mean, this is all the. This is literally all I have. I don't know why it's complaining. That's weird. It shouldn't be. I know I have to import the type ORM module now. So I'm just gonna do, imports type ORM module dot for root. And then we're gonna do type ORM config. And then we're gonna do, bam, that. Okay, so now we have type ORM set up and GraphQL. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay, it's gonna be cool. Very cool. All right. So now what are we gonna do? Task dot. I'm actually gonna call this dot entity dot ts. Right? Because it should be the task entity, right? Actually, I want to keep it in the models just because, but I guess I should rename it entities, entities, NTT, wow, I can't spell, entities, T's, there we go. All right, and then we go task.entity.ts. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna decorate this with object type. It's also gonna be an entity in the database. Then it's gonna be a field ID. It's also gonna be a primary column, primary generated column. Cool. And then this is gonna be a column inside our Postgres database. And this is gonna be a column. And this is gonna be a column too. All of this is gonna be a column. All right. Hopefully that worked. All right, now I want to go back to this fancy tutorial by Gabriel Tanner. All right, wow, I look super bright. That's fine. All right, so he's setting up Mongoose, but we don't care about Mongoose. You know, he's doing us all Mongoose setup. I'm using type ORM. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're gonna do a DTO2 for task, which is just creating a task. Yeah. All right, let's see. We're gonna do a DTO. So we're gonna create entities, and we're also gonna create a folder called DTOs, and then we're gonna do create task .dto.ts. I'm actually going to capitalize that. Okay. And then DTO. All right. And then export class create task DTO. And we're going to make sure that it's not empty. The title, because we're going to give it a title, and we're going to give it a description string, and I want to make sure that none of these are empty in the database. All right, cool, awesome, fantastic. All right, create task DTO. And we're going to do create task we're gonna pass it a task in the description. All right, cool. But we also need to actually convert this into a TTO. Is he like defining two things? All right, let's see. DTO. My input type field. Oh, okay, this is like an input, importing the schema. Mongoose module, GraphQL CRUD, create servers. Alright, let's see. Trying to understand why he's using type GraphQL here. Not type ORM. Let's see. Type GraphQL, input type, class, item input, and these are the inputs, that's fine. I wonder if it's just that it's not going to work with type ORM, but it should. Oh yeah, because this is not, this is like the input. Objects is parameter. Alright, so this is like his schema. I already defined this in my entity, because I also need it to be an entity for type ORM. Right? So that's going to be that. This is exactly what it's doing here. And then we need the controller. And this is the DTO. So this is like the input type he's talking about. So I'm actually going to call this input type. Right? And then we're going to say field. Alright, field and field. Alright. Is not empty, and then field, and then field. Oh. Alright, cool. We're making progress. Alright, so importing schema into our items module. Yeah, but that's fine. Inside of our service. Okay. Object model, item, model, item. Yeah, but this is all Mongoose. I don't need Mongoose. So this is the server. Okay, this is the resolver. For all after all. Wow, he's literally, this is like an end-to-end test here. Oh my god. Alright, let's go back up. Here we go. Alright, so providers, we have the item service and the items resolver. Alright. Okay, so he's actually doing like his entire creation here, but we're actually going to use a repository instead of using the oh, and we need to actually generate a. All right, there we go. There we go. And then we need to create the repository task. Repository.ts, because I actually want to do the repository pattern instead of doing it inside my service, just so my service doesn't actually get too nuts. Wait, hold on, let's follow that convention. Alright, so entity repository, and then we're going to do task, because we're going to do, alright, there we go. And then we're going to export class task repository, extend repository, and then task, that's the type. and then async create task, and then we're gonna do create task DTO. We're gonna do create task DTO, and we're gonna get that passed in, and then we're gonna do const task new task, right? Oh wait, no. This dot new, I think is the create. Okay, cool. All right, and then task dot title. Create task CTO dot title, and then task dot description dot description. But we can actually just destructure that there, and then description. Yeah, that way we don't actually have to do this title and then description. All right, and then we're actually gonna return. Actually, we're gonna do wait. We're gonna do wait task dot save. What the heck? Why can't I save this, man? All right, let's see. Why is this not? Okay. Why is it not actually letting me? All right, can I create it with like a title? Oh yeah, I can. I can actually do that. But task dot. This is interesting. So I actually can't save it. But what if I do like new task, right? All right, and then do task dot save. So I guess it's just not exposing the all right, this dot create. All right, title. Oh, and description. Cool. All right. That's gonna create that task, and then we're gonna do a try catch block. This is gonna be like a save, but if something goes wrong, we're just gonna do that. I'm not really sure why save isn't in there. Type task. Oh, because we're not extends base entity. We're not extending base entity here. That's why we don't have the save, because it's not an entity. Yeah, there we go. Aha! Now we got that. We're gonna remove, delete task.user, because we don't want to return that. Username. Oh, we don't have to delete username because I don't have users right now. So we're just gonna return the task, and then otherwise we're just gonna catch E, and we're gonna throw new internal server error exception, just in case. All right, and that's our create task repository. All right, so we're actually gonna go. All right, we have DTO. DTO entities. All right, I actually want to switch this from completed. We're gonna do this to status, and it's actually gonna be task status type. But we're actually gonna create a new folder in here, enums, and we're gonna call it task status.ts, and we're gonna export it. Task export enum task status, and we're gonna say open. All right, we're gonna say is open equals is open. Actually, don't need to double quote this one. All right, here we go. And then is in progress, and then done. I'm just gonna say done. It's gonna be one of these. Of course, when we created a task, all right, we're gonna have quick fizz and import from the enums. There we go. All right, and then create task CTO. Yeah, we're not gonna pass in a status just because we want to just do it like when we're creating it. We're gonna say status task status dot. Oh my god, imported, please, thank you. Dot is open. No, is open. All right. There we go. All right. So now we have that in our repository. And now what I want to do is go to the service. It's going to be injectable. Do I need to go to the module? I feel like I need to go to the task module. Right? Yeah, controllers, providers. Yeah, we need to import the repository. Type or a module dot for feature task repository. So we need to have that in there. Cool. Alright, controller, task module, type for feature, task repository, task service, and that means that in our service here, I don't think we're going to need a controller, actually, are we? Because our resolver is going to be our controller, basically. We're not actually going to have API routes, per se. It's going to be interesting. All right, so we need to go... All right, we had the entity, we had the status, we had the DTO, we had the repository. All right. So the service... Here we go. All right, so constructor... And then we're going to call it task repository private task repository. It's task repository. That's it. Now we're going to have it available anywhere in here. Async create task. It's going to have one parameter, which is DTO. Alright, it's going to be DTO, create task DTO. Alright, and it's going to be return type void, promise, and then task. Right, because it's going to do return this dot task repository dot create task, and then create task CTO. And then we need to await this. Because this is going to return a task, right? And then we need to actually go to the repository and mark this as returning a task. Because right now I think this isn't returning anything. Promise task. Go to service. Oh, we just need to import the entity so it knows what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, it's cool. We're doing good. I just want to get this up and running, and then we'll probably switch to some gaming. I'm taking my glasses off just because these sides are hurting really bad. Excuse me, I got a text from my brother. Let's see if there's anything important. Nah, we're good. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we don't need a controller, do we? Yeah, because the input type is just a DTO. Yeah, because this is the data transfer object, but this is basically the entity for me. Yeah, then they're creating an interface for a document. That's fine. Yeah, this is the DTO for the input. Yeah, we don't need a controller. Right, service. Yeah, blah 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 blah. All right, the resolver is where we're gonna do this. Yeah, so we don't actually need a controller for our API. That's interesting. Does Nest have like a Nest remove controller? Can we just like delete it in the? Yeah, but I don't want a controller because since the resolver is gonna handle all this, we don't actually need a controller. I don't think we can. I just think I'm just gonna have to manually go through and delete this. And then controller, and delete that. And then we need to go to the app module, I think. Module, controller. All right. Oh, we need to go to the task module and get rid of the controller and get rid of that. All right, cool. All right, so we had the DTO, we had the entity, we had the enums. All right, I'm just gonna put our resolvers into a folder, and we're gonna call this task.resolver.ts. And it's using Angular icon, so that's fun. All right, and now we're going to the, sorry, I keep getting confused. I'm gonna go back here, and we're gonna look at this. All right, so we're gonna call this all right, so we can actually inject the item service, all right. So export class task resolver. Oh, this is amazing. Do I have to extend anything, or can it just be like any random class? Okay, I don't have to extend it. I just need to mark it as a resolver, right? Whoops. All right, app resolver. All right, from NestJS GraphQL. It's gonna do, yep. Okay, cool. All right, so our input. All right, so we're gonna do a mutation. Mutation. All right, mutation. Bam, magic. It's magic. Don't you know? All right, so we're gonna do, and it's gonna be an item type. That's what he said. An item type. Item type, and what's the item type for him? Is that like the entity? Yeah, that's literally the entity. So for me, it's gonna be a task. Okay. Mutation, and then async. Create task. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, I want to focus on the resolver before I focus on the service. Or I think I did the service first. Yeah, item type, yeah, promise task, item input, create an ETO. Yeah, because he's doing this all in the, but I'm actually doing it on the repository. I'm actually handling a little bit better than him. Right, so we're actually in the resolver part of this tutorial here. Let's see. All right, doing imitation, doing an item type for me, it's a task. Where you need the args decorator, args decorator. All right, and then I'm guessing if you put like a args and this input, all right, input, and then create task DTO, and it's gonna be create task DTO, and then the return type of this is just gonna be promise task. I am guessing 100% here, right? Yeah, promise item input. Yeah, but no, it's not an item input, dude. I'm gonna return the task. That's fine. Yeah, because now we're just gonna return this dot. Actually, I don't have the service in here. How does he have the service? Oh, because he needs the constructor. Okay. So it's gonna do a dependency injection, and it's gonna actually inject the service in here. So task service. All right, let's pluralize to stay consistent. And we need to add the curly brackets, so we have it there. All right, this task service dot create task CDO. There we go. Okay, turn this into task service, create task CDO. That's great. All right. As you can see, we created a class with different methods to make use of the item service we created earlier. Yeah, but we literally just want to do like one resolver. We don't want to do anything. We just want to have the one mutation to create a task, and then we'll worry about getting tasks and all that fancy stuff. But for now, we're just gonna say do like a mutation. All right. But this class also comes with some pretty interesting decorators. But okay. Take a look at them. Resolver tells NestJS as a class on how to resolve the actions for our items. Queries in GraphQL are basically a construct used by the client to request specific fields from the server. The decorator, this is supposed to be decorator, that's forgetting me. Let's see, mutations in GraphQL based on queries, parameter mutating data to dig out the input parameters. Exactly. Yeah, but how do you like hook up the resolver? All right. Oh, because it's a provider, so I just have to put it as a provider in the task module, and all right, task resolver, I guess. Oh, there we go. Do I like export it? Yeah, I do. Why is it not giving me like an autocomplete? Whatever. I got it. I got these. Task resolver. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Copy that, put that down there. I really don't like the VS Code's AI IntelliSense thing. Doesn't actually do it right. Oh, task resolver. Now it's gonna trigger me, so I'm just gonna call it tasked, and then just go over here and just call it tasked. So, alright. Mutation task, blah blah blah. Alright. Docker. Alright, let's see. Docker compose logs. Oh my god. Alright, so the whole type ORM config thing is complaining like a hoonanny. I'm not really sure why. So let's see. Alright. Let's see. What am I doing wrong with the config for the type ORM config? This is literally type ORM module options. Yep. What's the problem here? Do I need to like do like 5432 instead of like a? Oh, that was it. Wow. It just had to be a number. That's ridiculous. Docker compose. Let's see, logs. We have to connect to the database, retrying. Oh, database task management. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's see. PG. Oh, it's not PG admin. I'm just gonna do this off screen, just so you don't have to look at PG admin and get bored. Or I guess I can just put it over here. Oh god, nose is getting itchy. It's happening. It's happening. Alright, there we go, and then banana. Alright, we're in PG admin. Damn it. Sometimes like it actually this happened to me before. Sometimes it saved my DB connection in Docker and sometimes it just didn't. I had to literally do it every freaking time, and that's really annoying. but that's fine. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh, the host name needs to be service. All right, save. All right, database. And then Postgres, yeah, that's fine. Schemas. Actually, you need to create like a new create database. All right, and we're just gonna call it task management. Bam, there we go. All right, now you have your task management. That's cool. All right, now we're gonna clear Docker compose logs. See, that's fixed it. Unable to connect to the database. Unable to connect to the database. Task management does not exist, but I just created it. I'm pretty sure. Task management. Yeah. All right, let's just do Docker compose down and just do Docker compose up because I just think it's just not catching it because they're not trying it again. I'm just gonna do that. All right, let's see. Docker compose logs. All right, let's see. API. API still hasn't logged anything. I just wanted to see if it's actually. Yeah, I don't care about PGM right now. Oh, I know what this is. Only encasing. Where is this? God damn it. It's probably. Let's see. Yeah, I know what that was like. What's happening there? It's just the import like really messed up. I just need to find where it's actually forking up here. Give me such absence. Only encasing. Entity. Oh, yeah, I have like a task app repository, and I think it's task app repository. I don't need to. There we go. Pretty sure that should fix it. Give me logs. Yeah, that's it. All right, so that's the problem. Yeah, but the repository is right there, dude. That's it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Import from task.repository. Okay. And then just task repository. Give me that. Thank you. And Docker compose logs. Oh, that went crazy. Okay. Why is this complaining about the import? The import's great. Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong file, perhaps. All right, let's just do Docker compose down, and I'm just gonna do Docker compose up with the whole console going on. All right, Docker compose up. I'm not gonna run it in the background. I just want to see if it gives me like the file name. Where this is actually happening. Right, blah blah blah. PG admin. It's fine. Right. From task repository. File name map source task. Differs from our include file name. Source task. It's only encasing. What the heck are you talking about, dude? Repository. Entities, entity.ts. What are you talking about? I'm just gonna rebuild my container. I feel like this is it's playing with me and I don't like it. Compose build. Alright, let's see Docker compose up again. I'm not really sure why it's complaining about the task entity. Like task repository. I mainly need to look into like the service or run that or the resolver. Alright, import task, create task ETO. Alright, this is not it. Let's see, the service maybe? service is fine. Module. Oh, task repository. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh, there we go. GraphQL URL type query must find. What are you talking about? Query must find one or more fields. Okay. Huh. Alright, so I'm guessing it's actually forcing me to have like a basic query, I'm guessing. This is not very helpful. But it's fine. Alright, we add the resolver. I feel like everything's case lower, and I'm bothered that I created these uppercase ones, but I can't be bothered to change it, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Let's see, input, yeah, this is like mutation. I don't have like a query anything. Let me look at the entity real quick. Because I have entity, I have up to type, column, field, yeah, field type ID. I don't really have anything at all that's, yeah, this is fine. I don't have like a query anything, so I'm guessing it's just telling me, hey, implement like a query for at least something in your resolver. So I'm just gonna do query, and let's see how he does a query. We'll do a query for like all running tasks if we have any. All right, so let's just do that. How does he do like a query for his thing? All right, yeah, we have like find all. I'm just gonna do the repository. All right, let's just do it in the service first. Actually, the repository. Yeah, create task. We're just gonna do async get task, and we're just gonna return like a promise, and then like task entity. We're just gonna do like a task array potentially, and then we're just gonna do return wait, and I'm guessing this dot get. No, this dot find. Yeah, I don't really care. I just want to find them all. Like just at all of the freaking tasks I may have in my database. Literally all of them. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't want to filter. I don't want to do anything. All right. So I actually need to do like a query builder. All right. So we're just gonna do query, just in case we want to add querying later. Just create query builder, and then task. All right, and then const task await query get mini. All right, and then we're just gonna do return task. All right, and that should satisfy the promise. It's fine, okay? It's fine. And then the service, we're just gonna do async get task. Yeah, that's fine. And it's gonna get nothing right now. It's gonna return a promise of task array, because we're gonna return like a bunch of tasks potentially if we have any. We're just gonna return wait this dot task repository dot get task. Yeah, and that's what's gonna return that, and that satisfies our thing. And now we're just gonna do the resolver, and we're gonna do at query. All right, we add the query. I'm guessing we have to tell it what kind of type it's gonna return. Yeah, it's gonna return a task array. Oh, okay. So we just kind of put in like what's gonna return. All right, so it's a function, and we just pass it an array, and it's just gonna return task. And it's gonna be called, async get task. I'm gonna stay consistent across everything. Yep, and it's gonna be promise, and this is gonna be task array. Okay, cool. This is fancy. I'm liking this. All right, so we're just gonna do return. There's a task service dot get task, and that satisfies our. Okay. No. All right. Query. Did it import it from? Oh, it imported it from common. We don't want to do that from common. We want it from GraphQL. There we go. Okay. And I think it didn't complain about anything. This is good. All right. So it looks like you have to by default implement at least one query. You have to have at least one root query so it can actually do something. Let's see. So we're gonna take a look because this completed the. This actually got us the GraphQL playground up and running. Oh my god! All right, let's see. Query get task. Ooh. And then I just want the title. Oh my god, I love this. We're gonna do the status, and we also want the whole task, like everything. Right now, it should just return an empty array. I think. Hit the play button to get a response here, and I'm getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. R. Found query get task. Wow, this makes absolutely zero sense right now. I had no idea what this is. Let's look at the logs. Maybe I get something in the logs. Nothing in the logs. That's interesting. What about the mutation at least? Alright, expected name found. Alright, what the heck is this? Get task. Oh, right. I think I just need to do. Let's just do that. There we go. Right, it's not a function. I don't need to put like the parentheses. Alright, title. Alright, let's see, description. And then we just need to do status. And let's just pull everything. Just want to see this is. Yeah, this is baller right here. I'm a big fan of this. Okay, cool. Let's just leave that query in there. We're gonna do mutation, and then we're gonna do create task, input. All right, let's see, doc schema. This is very cool. Type task, ID string. Yeah, this is all like required. Cool. Create task, input, create task CTL. All right, how do you like parse this? I forgot. It's been a while since I used GraphQL. Input. All right, how do we go to the playground and do like the input? Let's see the tutorial thingy has it. Leave PG admin up. All right, is there like? I don't want to like end-to-end test. Oh, okay. So it's just like input colon, and then we do like the object that we're passing in. All right, cool. All right, so it's like input colon and then title. Oh, that's cool. All right, title, a new task. Instead of a new hope, we're gonna do a new task. And then we're gonna do a description. Help me, Obi task Kenobi. You are my only hope. Alright. I'm pretty sure nothing else is like needed there. Yep. Wow, that's very cool because it actually parses, like it knows what are the inputs to your resolver. That's very cool. And then I just wanted the title and then the I want everything again. I'm just gonna do title, ID, the title, the description, the status. All right, let's see. Because I do return the task when I create it, right? I'm pretty sure I like return it back to the resolver. So the resolver should actually, yeah, it returns like a task. So it should actually give me the task. Ooh. Okay. And now if we go to the query and we execute it, we should get an array with the task we just created. Oh, and that's it. We have a working GraphQL API. That is very, very cool, and it was ridiculously easy. I just need to kind of get used to the fact that we don't have a controller anymore. Like we don't use Nest controllers. We literally just create resolvers since it's a GraphQL. But this is very cool indeed. Okay. That's awesome. All right, so we have like create task, and then if we create like another one, well, let's just say another task. Oh wow, this is amazing. Alright, and then we just do that, bam. And now if we go back to the get task, boom, we have 2 tasks in there. And if we go to PG admin and we go to the table, right, schemas, oops. Okay, refresh everything. Oh, internal server error. Aw, that's a bummer. Oh, right, because I took it down earlier. Let's see, banana. Let's see. Server, Postgres, Docker. Then connection, Postgres, save. All right. Service. No. Stop. And then we go databases, and we go task management, we go schemas, and we go tables. We go task. All right, and then we just kind of view the data in there. We should have our, yeah, there we go. That's amazing. We have our 2 tasks in here. This is cool. Wow, my stream is like super behind right now. Holy shit. Pretty dope. All right, I think that's where we're gonna. Actually, we could probably create a resolver for updating the task status. This is cool. No, but we're gonna leave it here just because I don't want to get too deep into this thing. But we got it. We got it, boys. We got our GraphQL API all set up, and it's all running in Docker. So that's pretty cool. Oh, look, and this is our like a schema. This is like our schema generation tool. That's pretty cool because you can actually just kind of send this off to a developer and they can use it in their GraphQL API as long as they have everything else set up. That's pretty dope, not gonna lie. Alright, so I think that's gonna be good for today, guys. I think I'm just gonna call it a night, probably. And then come back tomorrow and keep working on this, because that's gonna be cool. But I had a lot of fun putting this together. This has been pretty cool. Very, very interesting. I think the only jarring thing is we don't use like controllers anymore. You use resolvers. That was the only jarring thing of like, oh wait, we don't need a controller. I think I'm gonna go ahead and like rename these, but first we're just gonna do, well, our container's down, so we can do that. I wonder if we can just rename this task.resolver.ts, and then it'll just update it everywhere else. Well, actually, I think we just import it in the module, right? Because it's provider. Yeah, it updated it. Cool. Yeah, we're just gonna rename this to task.entity.ts. Hopefully it updates it everywhere. I think we use it in the, oh, damn it. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I did it. Cool. Yeah, because I just want to like, this is very cool because we can, with type GraphQL, we can actually just very easily couple type ORM and type GraphQL together. And so our code, like, somebody's not going to have to look at different places to know, like, oh, wait, what's GraphQL definition? What's type ORM definition? Like, it's all here. It's all living in this place right here. That is very mucho awesome. Yeah, we actually got that consistent. We have our type ORM config. We have our DTOs. We have our entities. That's cool. task.entity.ts. Have our enums, but that's going to be, yeah, we're going to leave that like it is. It's very cool. I think the next thing is we're just going to keep doing like basic CRUD. We're going to be able to update like the task in some way, like the title or the description. I want to be able to like update these 3 fields somehow, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to set up like deletion, like deleting a task, and then we're going to like create a front end for this whole thing. So that's going to be interesting, but this is a very, very good start. I'm digging this. I'm actually going to add the schema GQL to schema.gql to the get ignore, because this actually gets auto generated, so we don't actually need that here. And if I ever need to send this off to somebody, I can just copy paste it really easy and not worry about it. So that's fun. Yeah, but other than that, this is very cool. I definitely want to come back to this awesome tutorial by Gabriel Tanner and look at the end-to-end testing section, because that's very, very interesting to me. This is very cool. But I think testing can be the last thing we actually end-to-end. Like we actually do. Like I definitely want to finish doing the entire CRUD operations, and then we're focused on actually getting this whole thing tested. But I really just want to create like everything first. Like get our basic CRUD up. I want to set up authentication, and after authentication, I want to set up like a front end for this whole thing, so we can actually, spool up an application, which we're just gonna add inside the same project. We're just gonna kind of split this up into server and then client, and then we're gonna create client with React, and it's gonna be awesome. But for now, this is dope. This is dope. I dig this. I'm very happy with the progress we made today. So, I think we could play League. Because League would be fun right now. Yeah. I'm actually gonna like save this to my, yeah. Yeah, let's just put it in Docker. That's fine. This is very cool. I really dig GraphQL. I think it's much better than like regular REST APIs. I don't know. I dig this whole like creating mutations and queries and whatnot, and just getting stuff done. I don't really care for REST APIs. I mean, look how easy this was. It was just creating like a resolver, and bam, it did all the things, and then just create a service which actually talks to your like entities and create a repository for the repository pattern that actually handles like talking to your database, because this is actually the one that's talking to the model, like it's interacting directly with the model. And then the service is literally one line of code, right, inside the service. It's just like await this, await that, but don't really do anything. Like you literally don't have to do anything in this service. Like this is pretty dope. Not gonna lie. I definitely need to like learn more about. Like I wish there was like more resources with NestJS and GraphQL, but this Gabriel Tanner tutorial was pretty great. But I'm rambling. I'm just gonna commit this. Git commit. I mean, this is gonna be initial commit created GraphQL based basic API. Cool. And then I'm actually going to go to big GitHub and create a project. Boom, new repository. We're going to make it public because I don't really care. Actually, I should probably switch up the email I'm using in the Docker file. I mean the compose, where is it? Yeah, let's just put in like a dummy email. hello@hello.com. Yeah, that'll work. And then there's nothing really sensitive in here that I care about. Alright, GraphQL. Yeah. I think I can just copy this exact README I have on this other repository, where I basically created the same thing, but like as a REST API. So I'm just gonna copy over that README. README. All right. And then raw. I just want the raw. Nope. Here we go. Boom. And we're gonna go to README. And boom. Right, TypeScript, NestJS, and then like GraphQL. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, what's the like link for GraphQL? I just need to grab that real quick. GraphQL, boom, GraphQL.org. Alright. Yeah, because I like to, like when it's something I'm working on, it's just like for learning, I like to tell people like what I'm using. And GraphQL, yeah, that's fine. Node.js, Docker, Docker Compose, clone Repo. Yeah, and then this goes away. Physical servers, and your username, password, profit. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. All right, we added a README. This is awesome. Added README. Boom chakalaka. All right, and then let's just create a new repository, public. Boom. All right, and then build to learn more about integrating GraphQL with NestJS. Yeah. All right, more README updates. Cool. Amazing.